What do we got? We got a couple of kitty cats on the other team. We got ourselves Christina as well as, where's the other cat? Freeway. Be out of cat form out of stealth and be out of form and out of stealth. Unless you guys are dueling, appreciate you at a time. We got ourselves Cat, Lisa Tor as a Boomy? Wait, you're a Boomy? Cata. So we got Cat, Christina, and Freeway. That's a lot of cats in a Boomkin. We got Pazov as an Assassination Rogue, as well as Dream Frost playing the Frosty Dream. Okay, okay. Got Deja on the other team with Warport in the back. We got ourselves Atho. First up is going to be Uranus. And Jonas in the back, just chilling as a Fury Warrior. Freeway going to be first up into these duels versus Uranus. Barrel versus an Unholy DK. I feel like Unholy DKs are kind of a glass cannon. I think they're going to be doing quite a bit of damn, though. I feel like this is going to be quite a surprise for Freeway. Going to be a stun. I keep swapping the wrong person. I'm so sorry. Going to be a stun with a big dress onto Freeway. Taking a lot of pressure. Barkskin up immediately. Trying to see if he can get out of it. Does go for a Ursol's onto Uranus, which is perfect. Does separate himself from the DK. That's going to be even more pets available for the Death Knight, though. Freeway under a lot of pressure. Actually, lots of pets still running. It does get next to the Death Knight. I don't know if you want to really be doing that. Looking to do as much damage. Walling this up. That's going to be Uranus surviving this. Hasn't popped a defensive just yet, but it could be any situation right now. Does pop himself a death back. Freeway looking to get the hell out of them. Not a lot of defenses really left. That's going to be barely enough health to survive. The pets are still rushing at him. Super low on health. Uranus is trying to stick away from Freeway for a second while his death pact is up. Looks like death pact necrotic does go away. Freeway looking like he's going to be stabilizing here for a moment, as he got himself quite a massive pillar to get away from the Death Knight. The DK just see himself one global onto Freeway, and you should be good. The bash comes out first by the Feral. Stun onto the kitty cat by Uranus. Does pop IBF to break out of that stun. Barkskin all for the Feral. Uranus trying to go for transfusion. Death strikes are a go here. Does by himself a bit of an AMS as well. I'm not really sure if AMS will help you deal with the next Thorn. I feel like the next Thorn is going to be just over. And there goes that safeguard trick. It does pop himself Lichborn. Maybe hoping to get himself some Death Claws into his Hell Bar. I mean, maybe, potentially. Trying to go for a bit of damage on the Freeway. Big bite coming out for the Feral as Uranus popping in the army, but I think it's going to be over with them Thorns and no AMS available. The glass cannon on Holy Death Knight does fall apart. The pet pressure was huge, but it was not enough. This time, at least. This time around. Pretty sure next time it could go either way. I feel like maybe he needs to find a way to keep the Feral out in the open. Or maybe it could be changing up your trinkets a little bit. More mastery. Gonna be a mortal call into Freeway. And by the way, as a cat, apparently you cannot be seduced by succubus. That's going to be lots of damage on a Danger. Wait, this Freeway just going to be going down. Massive hits on him right now. Does get away from a pets for a second. Big Swiftman. I didn't even expect this kind of burst. The Mortal Cause. Oh, no. To the Freeway. Oh, my goodness. I actually did not expect this much burst out of Daedra. I did not expect this much burst at all. I just want to explain to everybody that did you know that apparently feral druids, and while you're in animal form, while you're in a beast form, you apparently cannot get seduced by the succubus. And by the time I even thought that process through, I had to drop it as Daedra was just dumpstering the man all the way down into Shadowlands itself. Just complete. And the worst part is Freeway actually was treating the pets like it was unholy pets. Like it was like, okay, I'd rather deal with the pets than the DK. It was like, wait, the pets are scarier than the Warlock this time. No, not a good idea. Dream Frost trying to see if he can get some shadows rolling against Daedra. Could be quite a bit of damage out of him as Daedra does get himself quite a bit of pets rolling up. And that's going to be Dream keeping Daedra out in the open. Does go for the Icebox strat out of the ice, out of the succubus. You see, the Combat Storm is flying down, but Daedra is recovering on health with that Drain Life with no dampening yet. There's going to be quite a lot of recovery. Dream building up the icicles off of the succubus should give him quite a bit more for that shatter setup. It looks like succubus is going to be going down. Daedra summoning a fresh succubus. I think Dream might want to go and do the same thing again. Just kill the succubus while he has it. Maybe a succubus CC could happen. He is going for full Frost Nova onto the succubus. Actually look like he's going to take it out. That's going to be a succubus C for a second. But Dream Daedra does go for a Drain Life and does pull the succubus back, which is a good play. There's going to be a little bit of a careful play between these two. Daedra does have pets. He does not want to have to resummon the succubus back up. But he does need to get his pets over there at Dream, who's just gonna kind of camp on the other side with all this blizzard on this side of the pillar. Just kind of chilling, waiting it out until he can get himself a better position. It looks like he actually just might go and try to eliminate Succubus. Maybe Succubus CC comes up. Does he get it? Actually interrupted the Succubus from Succubus CC. Frost Nova is committing damage into this thing. And Danger having to go for a health funnel. There goes a stun on the Dream. Big pets, maybe another pet available. It's going to be double Crucible, another Ice Block out of Dream. Second Ice Block getting used. Dream is using this Ice Blocks very, very aggressively. I do like he's changing up the strats compared to Frost DKs with Frost Mages, what they normally would do. And there goes the Succubus down. If he can somehow control this Tyrant, who's just, what is this doing? Wait, does the Tyrant became Dream's pet now? He's what is this Tyrant doing? I don't understand. Wait, what are you going? What are you doing? Where's this Tyrant? Did he disappear? Oh, this Tyrant just pulled a Houdini on us. I don't understand what just happened. Daedra, your Tyrants. Oh my god. Did they ever get through kindergarten? What the hell's going on? Do demons even have kindergarten school? He's all brawn and no brain. He's casting spells. You would think he'd need some intellect for it. Jesus. Maybe Dream spell stole his intellect buff. Spell stole his brain. What was that? Like, this is just what I don't understand about Tyrants. So on one hand, against the Feral Druid, he just slammed it out of the park. Against Dream, he just kind of waddled around, walked next to Dream for a second, like he was like, oh, I'm hanging out with this guy that summoned me. And it was like, wait, that's not the guy. Let me run over. What is going on? I don't understand. As Daedra and Dream are out in the open, Dream kind of inching towards the pillar, like sitting mostly out in the open. Daedra having to pop a wall here, as these wizards are actually having a wizardry duel for a second. Shatters versus the cast for Daedra, and Daedra does retreat back behind the pillar. That's going to be Dream with the perfect opportunity to take down the Succubus and maybe make it harder for Daedra to get into the pet up and running. Actually, Dream is taking a lot of damage himself. Dream might be going down for the count here. Pets are doing no damage, and Succubus does get the final slice of the blades at the very end, with Cata gonna be up next as a balanced druid. Doesn't need to pop in booming form if he wants to do more damage. Probably should be looking at it, but actually Daedra with no health at all, yeah, just gonna be going down. And if only Cata was in booming form when the Succubus CC happened, he actually would have been immune to it. It was interesting. They just wanted to come up, throw as much cast, and he's out of there. You know what I mean? Try to get a cycle on a Jonas. Jonas does stay mounted up and looking to maybe rearrange himself to charge. Keeps popping the wrong person. Rearrange and charge himself back at Cata. Cata breaking away from Jonas for a second until the charge reconnects. It's going to be a roar. And a reflect available for Cata. Waiting out. Jonas does go for Azure Beam. Is he even reaching Cata? I don't think he is. As the dots and the damage are dropping down Jonas, I don't think this warrior has much left, and down he goes. Cata taking that warrior out pretty handily. Did not take long at all, and Warport is going to be up next, playing that Destruction Warlock. He got himself the Fell Hound for that interrupt. Full, normal, proper playstyle with the reflect on top of it too. Looks like Cata is going to get some cast into the pet. He does have two schools. He has Nature as well as Arcane. Does take down the pet Warport, but he needs to resummon a fresh one. That is going to be him using his, I think it's a Fell Domination, in order to summon a pet quickly. I think that's what the ability is called. It's a new one that they had in Shadowlands. So I need to get used to knowing that ability. But that was a quick summon. I think it's a 3-minute cooldown. I think maybe can get it down to a 2 with certain conduits. But it's going to be a stun from around the corner for Warport. Cata does weave back into behind the pillar to create some line of sight, so it's harder for Warport to really get the damage up. And Cata actually has enough dots on a Warport. If he goes in for an Eclipse, he could actually get more stars flying into Warport. Does take down the pet. The Fell Hunter is trying to get resummoned. It looks like Cata is going to take a sweet, sweet time catching a reset. The Boomy has somewhat of an advantage with the Warport. He has the mobility. He has the dots. He also has a bit of a range. I think there's a 5-yard difference between Cata and Warport. And if Cata can use mobility and maintain that range away from Warport, there's not much Warport can do. Dropping down the big Tyrant. Going to be Cata. No Barskin this time. Chaos are flying, but there are slower Chaos, and Cata does get a knockback onto the Infernal for a second. Warport on the other side of that pillar, trying to connect with Cata, but Cata's sick, sitting still, sitting pretty in bare for Mortical. Does come out, trinkets and bash to the Warport. Does go for a, I don't think the Roar did anything to the Tyrant, or the Felguard, by the way. But it looked like he used it and nothing happened. Warport taking lots of dot damage right now, even the wall was used. And Cata is looking very pretty right now. He just survived it just by sitting in bear form against the Infernal. Mortal Coil available for Warport very, very soon. Looks like Cata is trying to push in if possible. If you can just get some dots on the Warport, I think you can just whittle him down. The dampening is quite high. Looks like it's exactly what he's going to try to do. One dot, get the second dot up and running, and if he can just go for eclipses. If he just gets an eclipse off of the pet, he actually might get even more stars flying at Warport. I actually would want to try that with Boomy to see how much sustained damage you can get out of it. Like I said, it's going to be a fresh new fellow hunter getting resummoned. Cata catching himself a full reset. Mortal Coil is back up for Warport, so there's going to be quite a lot of self-heals available. So you can maybe make something out of it. Mortal Coil getting set in Cata, hit him with an Animal with a Cataclysm right after into a Chaos Bolt. Does he land it? Looks like Chaos Bolt is flying mid-air, and that does connect with Cata. Into an interrupt, this Cata goes for a heal, and there goes the bear form. It's going to be so much harder to interrupt this Boomy. Big Crucible getting thrown on Warport. Is that going to be enough damage? Trying to go for Reflect. I think he just dies. Oh my goodness. Anathema is the last one left to fight for the honor of his team versus a balanced Druid. Thorns are up immediately. And Cata's going to take that very, very carefully. Into Aurora, into Athaman. Does use that Roar to break away from Atha. Is going to get the dots up and running from a good distance apart. There's going to be a really tough duel here. Boomy versus a Paladin. If Cata even gets Atha close to down as a Boomkin, it'll be huge. Wings available, big hammer available. Atha is going in for massive damage versus Cata. Does he go for a big heal? Big renewal does come out. Might need to pop in a bear form, and that's going to be everything thrown at the Boomy. Atha does take him out. Not much you could really do. That was Barskin. That was renewal. I think the only thing you could really do is maybe trinket, disarm Atha, and minimize the damage of the wings. Maybe have some sort of a CC chain like bash into a Cyclones. Anything. But had to get out of a stun. Immediately had to get out of a stun. Pazov is going to be up next as an Assassination rogue. Actually kind of weird him to be... No, Subtlety. I kind of thought he was Assassination for some reason. Blind. Trinkets out of the blind. Expecting the Athaman to go for as much holy power damage as possible. That's going to be vanished in their cloak. As Pazov is kind of committing a lot of cooldowns into Athaman here. Lots of defensives. Big wings available for Atha. It looks like it was random proc wings. Pazov still not popping evasion. It's going to be going down, just slain in matter of seconds. And Christina is going to be last one left. Wants to give Athaman an honor duel though. Feral Druid versus a Paladin. I think this one is either going to be the fastest duel with the biggest burst out of one party or another, or a really long one, or an extremely long one. Going to be a big damage lined up for Christina. Shield Avengers does get procced as a Barskin. Does Christina Barskin actually? I don't think he did. There goes a Barskin now. While Thorns is up, Athaman very, very careful about his health. Does take down Christina with a judgment. What? I told you it's either going to be a really quick one or a really grueling one, and that was actually Cata with 3 kills as a Boomy. Deja slapping 2 kills as a Demonology Warlock. Athaman coming in to clean up the rest. That was nutty, dude. That was actually some good Boomy play. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really do think Boomies need to do this more often. Dot up somebody, and let's say it's a pet class. Dot up the pet, get Eclipse Force, proc Eclipse, because Eclipse is going to make more stars fall. And there you're good. And there you're good. At the same team, it's crazy.